zoom in on that endometrium, we would have those two layers, the stratum functionalis and the stratum basalis. And remember, it is the stratum functionalis that is shed during menstruation, and then the stratum basalis will divide by mitosis and grow a new stratum functionalis. And so this is a good example of the uterus in our microscope. What I'm going to do is just so you can appreciate, and you can do this with your own slide, but appreciate how much more myometrium there is. So all of the pink there, this is at low power looking at the uterus slide, and all of that pink is myometrium. It's all smooth muscle, and I'm just going to move it up, and you can see how much more myometrium there is than the endometrium. So this is all myometrium, still myometrium, still myometrium. And then finally we go up near the, now you can see the endometrium. And then we can see the lumen of the uterus up there. So the white space there is the lumen of the uterus. And so that light purple is the endometrium. So I'm going to put it right there where we can see the myometrium and the endometrium. And so the slide would look something like this. So if you were given this and the pointer was right here, identify the layer below the pointer. It is myometrium. You'd want to know its smooth muscle tissue. You'd want to know its function is to expel the contents of the uterus. Identify the entire layer above the pointer. That would be the endometrium. Could be asked some functions there. You could then be asked, identify the specific layer at the tip of the pointer here. That specific layer is
stratum basalis.
Stratum basalis. Good. It's where you see a lot of dark purple. The reason there's dark purple there is there's a lot of nuclei there. Those nuclei are ready to divide by mitosis. And then identify the specific layer right here. Specific layer is stratum functionalis. So you'd want to know the function. It is a site for implantation. You can kind of imagine what happens is that embryo literally will come and burrow itself into this stratum functionalis. So it could end up right there. These structures right here, there, all of these are uterine glands. The uterine glands will be secreting out a nourishing fluid for that embryo. And so these have a lot of nourishment for the embryo. And then you'd want to know the function of stratum functionalis, site for implantation, nourishes the embryo, and then also this is all shed during menstruation. And so the menstrual fluid would contain blood as well as the cells and tissue here. Stratum basalis function is a good place. All the dark purple is to renew the stratum functionalis. And if someone has endometriosis, another good place you can kind of imagine, if someone has endometriosis, they have a stratum basalis where the, outside of the uterus. So you have these stratum basalis cells. They're the ones that are responding to the estrogen, and they would start to grow when there's more estrogen. And so you could have these stratum basalis growing, outside of the uterus, and then they would grow a stratum functionalis, and then this tissue would die, in the pelvic cavity. That would cause a lot of pain. And so there'd be bleeding and pain outside of the uterus. And so when you're looking at that stratum, stratum basalis, stratum functionalis, you can kind of think also of that endometriosis, where you have that tissue outside of the uterus. And if you're given the uterus slide, it would look something like this, where you can see myometrium, endometrium. Any questions of this? One other point here, in your lab manual, it says uterus secretory phase. And so I won't require that you say secretory phase for the specimen. Secretory phase is one of the phases of the uterine cycle, and we'll go over that on Thursday. Since we're not looking at the other phases, proliferative phase and some of the other ones, I don't think it's fair to make you know secretory phase when you're not recognizing the other phases. And so therefore I won't hold you to know that one. But you need to know just what I have up here. Any questions? So I'll give you a little bit of